Hi, welcome to CloudEagle's Insights in Minutes. Imagine your company is growing fast, new apps, more remote work, and suddenly your IT feels like a wild jungle. One misstep and you're fighting fires instead of building the business.
That's the reality for so many enterprises in 2026. Hi, I'm here with you today to break down the top 10 IT governance frameworks every modern company should have on their radar.
And I'm excited for this. We'll unpack how frameworks like COBIT, ITIL, and NIST can tame chaos, ensure compliance, and keep tech aligned with strategy. By the end, you'll know exactly which frameworks fit your needs and how to put them into action.
We'll start with what an IT governance framework actually is, explore the big players on the market, compare when to use each, and wrap up with real world tips for choosing and enforcing the right fit.
If you've ever wondered how to make tech investments pay off instead of backfiring, stick around. Let's dive in.
Before we run through the frameworks, let's set the stage. What really is an IT governance framework beyond all the buzzwords?
It's the playbook for how IT decisions get made. Think of it as a set of policies, processes, and rules that make sure tech supports business goals while managing risks and staying compliant.
That's so true. And without one, IT can drift, leading to wasted budgets, security holes, or even regulatory headaches.
Exactly. And firms usually pick a framework based on their industry size and compliance needs. Some go all in on one, others mix and match elements to fit their unique situation.
And every good framework covers five pillars: strategy alignment, value delivery, risk mitigation, resource optimization, and performance monitoring. Miss any of those, and cracks start to show.
Let's get into the frameworks themselves. COBIT is still the go to for many, right?
Absolutely. COBIT is almost like the Swiss Army knife, especially for aligning IT with business objectives and keeping everything audit ready.
Then there's ITIL, which is all about best practices for managing IT services. It turns chaos into consistency, especially when you've got hybrid work or cloud sprawl.
And ISO IEC 38500 steps in at the executive level. It gives boards and C suites a clear lens to oversee technology without getting lost in the weeds.
You also can't ignore frameworks like TOGAF for architecture, NIST for cybersecurity, or CMMI and FAIR for process maturity and risk analysis. There's even Calder for a phased, flexible approach.
And COSO rounds out the pack by weaving in enterprise risk management and compliance, which is huge for regulated industries. Picking one can feel overwhelming, though there isn't a single answer for every business. The trick is knowing the five types: process focused, risk focused, compliance focused, architecture focused, and performance focused.
Exactly. For instance, ITIL and COBIT are process kings, while NIST and ISO 27000 are all about risk. TOGAF rules architecture, and frameworks like CMMI zero in on performance improvement.
But there's another layer: models versus standards. Models like Calder guide the structure, while standards like ISO IEC 27001 can be certified against for audits.
That's a good distinction. Some organizations layer models on top of frameworks, using standards to pass audits, while models help manage daily operations.
All this theory sounds great, but nothing matters if frameworks aren't enforced. That's where automation and the right tools step in.
You've got it. Modern tools crank out automated access reviews, handle vendor risks, and even manage contract renewals with AI. It's about turning governance from paperwork into seamless daily workflows.
I love the example of license reclamation using real usage data to save money and reduce waste. Or just in time access, only granting permissions when needed and pulling them back automatically.
And integrating SaaS management, GRC, and IAM platforms lets you measure the real impact like 30% spend reduction and dramatically faster audits.
That actually reminds me, frameworks are only as strong as their enforcement. Without integrated tools and buy in across teams, even the best blueprint falls flat.
So let's say a company is ready to step up its governance. What's the realistic rollout plan?
It's a 5 stage journey. Start with planning and assessment, then design the policies, run a pilot, roll it out company wide, and finally optimize on an ongoing basis.
And at each stage, you need to bring in the right stakeholders: IT, security, finance, and business leads to avoid those infamous silos.
Exactly. Plus, keep the feedback loop tight, measure KPIs, review quarterly, and tweak as tech and business needs evolve. Let's wrap with three essentials. First, robust IT governance is your shield against wasted spend, cyber threats, and compliance headaches.
Second, there's no single best framework. Choose one that truly fits your size, risks, and strategy. Don't be afraid to blend approaches.
And finally, remember, the best frameworks are the ones you actually enforce with automation and buy in, not just policies on paper.
If you do one thing next, audit your current workflows and pinpoint the biggest pain points. That'll show you where to start and which framework can drive real results.
With the right framework and mindset, your IT can drive business forward, not hold it back. Thanks for joining us today. Take care, and we'll catch you on the next episode of Insights in Minutes.